The Bold and the Beautiful, BNB, spoilers reveal that Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, will push Daphne Rose's, Muriel Hilaire, LA return, so Hope Logan, Annika Noel, will flip out over the threat to her romance with Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. During the week of June 16th to 20th, Steffy will reach out to Daphne in Paris and make a pitch. Daphne left town rather abruptly, but Steffy will hope to fix that and get her back to Los Angeles ASAP. In addition to being Steffy's friend, Daphne brought a lot to the table with her perfume expertise. Steffy may see the potential for some new collaborations and decide Daphne needs to be there in LA for what she has in mind. Regardless, BNB spoilers say Steffy will get in touch with Daphne and try to convince her that Los Angeles is where she belongs. Of course, Hope isn't going to approve when she finds out what Steffy's up to. It won't be long until Hope gets updates on Steffy's Daphne contact and this LA comeback proposal. Hope will obviously have a problem with Steffy's move and will feel like she's inviting more trouble. Having Daphne out of the picture has been a good thing as far as Hope's concerned, so she won't be pleased over Steffy encouraging her to resurface. Steffy may argue that it's just business and point out that Carter has proven he wants Hope over Daphne anyway. Since Hope and Carter are engaged now, Steffy might think that commitment should be enough to make Hope feel secure in her relationship. Even so, Hope will be uneasy over the possibility of Daphne listening to Steffy and coming back to town. There's no guarantee that Steffy's plan will work, but Hope will be on edge over this Daphne news and will clash with Steffy as a result. Hope and Steffy may have to remind themselves of their truce if things get too heated. Steffy and Hope agreed to put their conflict aside, especially considering everything that Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, is up against. Even if this whole Daphne situation threatens to reignite their rivalry, Hope and Steffy may eventually settle back into more friendly territory, at least for now. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Steffy and Hope will have some fresh tension to work through, so stay tuned. CDL's where you want to be for terrific Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news, and updates, so make us your top BNB source. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, BNB, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, will lose her mind about the possibility of her romance with Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, being jeopardized when Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, pushes Daphne Rose's, Muriel Hilaire, return to Los Angeles. Steffy will get in touch with Daphne in Paris and provide a proposal over the week of June 16th to 20th. Steffy hopes to rectify Daphne's sudden departure from town and return her to Los Angeles as soon as possible. Daphne was not only Steffy's buddy, but also contributed a great deal with her knowledge of perfumes. Steffy might believe Daphne needs to be in LA for what she has in mind after seeing the possibility of some new partnerships. According to BNB teasers, Steffy will contact Daphne and attempt to persuade her that Los Angeles is the right place for her. When Hope learns about Steffy's activities, she will undoubtedly disapprove. Hope will soon receive updates regarding Steffy's contact with Daphne and this suggestion for a comeback in Los Angeles. It goes without saying that Hope will object to Steffy's move and believe she is inviting further difficulty. As far as Hope is concerned, Daphne's absence has been beneficial, so she won't be happy about Steffy pushing her to make a comeback. Steffy can counter that it's all business and mention that Carter has already shown that he prefers Hope to Daphne. Steffy may believe that since Hope and Carter are now engaged, Hope should feel safe in her relationship because of the commitment. Nevertheless, the prospect of Daphne hearing what Steffy has to say and returning to town will worry Hope. Although Steffy's plan may not succeed, Hope will be agitated about the Daphne news and will likely argue with Steffy as a result. If things become too heated, Hope and Steffy might need to remind themselves of their truce. In light of what Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, is facing, Steffy and Hope decided to set aside their disagreement. Hope and Steffy may eventually return to more amicable territory, at least for the time being, even though the entire Daphne issue raises the possibility of rekindling their rivalry. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy and Hope will need to resolve a new conflict, so tune in. Make CDL your primary source for BNB news, updates, and amazing spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful. The Bold and the Beautiful, BNB, spoilers indicate that when Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, forces Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, to return to Los Angeles, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, will go crazy over the prospect of her romance with Carter Walton Lawrence St. Victor being in danger. During the week of June 16th to 20th, Steffy will contact Daphne in Paris and present a proposal. Steffy wants to bring Daphne back to Los Angeles as soon as possible and make up for her abrupt departure from town. In addition to being Steffy's friend, Daphne made a significant contribution with her extensive scent expertise. Given the potential for some new collaborations, Steffy might think Daphne needs to be in Los Angeles for her plans. B&B teasers indicate that Steffy will get in touch with Daphne and try to convince her that Los Angeles is the ideal place for her. Hope will definitely be upset when she finds out about Steffy's actions. Updates on Steffy's communication with Daphne and this proposal for a return to Los Angeles will be sent to Hope shortly. Without a doubt, Hope will take issue with Steffy's action and think she is inviting further trouble. Hope will not be pleased with Steffy pressuring her to return because, in her opinion, Daphne's absence has been advantageous. It's all business, Steffy can respond, adding that Carter has already expressed his preference for Hope over Daphne. Since Hope and Carter are now engaged, Steffy might think that Hope should feel secure in their relationship due to the commitment. Hope will be concerned, though, about the possibility that Daphne will listen to Steffy's remarks and go back to town. Hope will be upset with the Daphne news and will probably dispute with Steffy as a result, even though Steffy's plan might not work. Hope and Steffy may need to remind themselves of their truce if things become too heated. Given the circumstances surrounding Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, Steffy and Hope made the decision to put their argument aside. Even while the whole Daphne problem raises the possibility of rekindling their rivalry, Hope and Steffy might soon find themselves back in more friendly territory, at least for the time being. Watch The Bold and The Beautiful because previews indicate that Steffy and Hope will have to work out a fresh conflict. Use CDL as your go-to resource for B&B news, updates, and incredible Bold and The Beautiful spoilers. According to spoilers for The Bold and The Beautiful, B&B, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, will lose her mind over the possibility that her relationship with Carter Walton Lawrence St. Victor may be jeopardized when Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, forces Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, to return to Los Angeles. Steffy will get in touch with Daphne in Paris during the week of June 16th to 20th and make a proposal. Steffy wants to make up for Daphne's sudden departure from town by getting her back to Los Angeles as soon as possible. Daphne was not just Steffy's buddy, but also a valuable asset with her vast knowledge of scent. Steffy may believe Daphne has to be in Los Angeles for her goals because of the possibility of some new partnerships. According to B&B teasers, Steffy will contact Daphne and attempt to persuade her that Los Angeles is the best place for her. When Hope learns of Steffy's behavior, she will undoubtedly be upset. Hope will soon receive updates on Steffy's correspondence with Daphne and this suggestion for a return to Los Angeles. Hope will undoubtedly object to Steffy's behavior and believe that she is causing further problems. Since Hope believes that Daphne's absence has been beneficial, she will not be happy with Steffy's pressure to go back. Steffy can reply that Carter has previously stated that he prefers Hope to Daphne, therefore it's all business. Steffy might believe that Hope should feel safe in their relationship because of the commitment since Hope and Carter are now engaged. However, Hope will worry about the likelihood that Daphne may hear Steffy's comments and return to town. Even though Steffy's plan might not succeed, Hope will likely argue with Steffy because she is unhappy by the Daphne news. If things become too heated, Hope and Steffy might have to remind themselves of their truce. In light of Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton's situation, Steffy and Hope decided to set their disagreement aside. Hope and Steffy may soon find themselves back in more amicable terrain, at least temporarily, even though the entire Daphne issue creates the prospect of rekindling their rivalry. According to previews, Steffy and Hope will need to resolve a new dispute, so watch The Bold and The Beautiful. For the best Bold and The Beautiful spoilers, B&B news, and updates, turn to CDL.